Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hardcore Heroes. So,
Okay.
you are going to arrive in everyone's favorite dwarven town, the only dwarven town that people
What?
really like.
Dwarven town? Oh,
Roxas
no.
is a dwarven town.
Oh, God, how has this happened?
I mean, it's not entirely dwarven, but it's predominantly dwarven.
Okay, I'll hold my tongue.
All right, hold on. Let me pull up my notes on Roxas. Good DM would have done that during the break. A great DM wouldn't do it until they needed it.
I like it. Well, if it's what you did, it must be what a great DM does, Neal.
Right, that's what I think.
Yeah. Okay, just cloud kill all these dwarves. On to the next town.
Do I not? Where are my Roxas notes? Hold on. I've got some Roxas notes here.
Well, you've got Roxas notes. Don't you worry about us.
All right, here they are.
Okay.
Okay, Roxas. Let me just tell you what you know about it already, because you're a mapper. You know shit about the world.
Yes.
And let's get some music as we arrive in Roxas. What is good Roxas music? This is gonna be it. Here we go. All right. So Roxas is known for its mining because it's here at the base of the Drakissian Ridge. The Draken Ridge, I'm sorry. It has, what do my resource distributions say? Resource distribution. Roxas. Where are you hiding, buddy? Come on. Roxas is home to weapon manufacturers, silver mines, coal mines. There are gem mines here in Roxas. They also grow fantastic coffee and mine a little bit of iron. So it is this phenomenal mining town, as well as some coffee. Great weapon and armor smiths that they sell to the elves and kind of whoever's around, even though their production might not be particularly high in quantity. It's fantastic in quality here.
Okay.
Let's see. It is home to a fairly large population of dwarves mixed with a few humans, a couple of elves and half-elves, maybe a smattering of gnomes and halflings. It's like a big menagerie of races, all happily living in one town, but it's sort of like an inhospitable place. It's right next to these fucking mountains where there's dragons that cruise around, and there's wyverns, and there's the inhospitable Draken Wastes to the south, and like the climate's not very great. It's like it's a fairly deserty region, but there's this nice big river here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a little bit more lore here, which is something that you're gonna see. As you come into Roxas, the whole town is built along the edge of a river, which is a bit of a canyon, so there's like a steep drop-off into the canyon below. And there's a staircase that will lead down to the canyon where there's like a makeshift dock where people will use for like fishing boats and whatnot. And all along the edge of the canyon are these paper lanterns, which you will instantly recognize as magical paper lanterns, and they'll glow in different colors as the sun goes down to like mark the edge of this canyon rift so nobody falls down into it. Additionally, there is a fairly large tower that was built here that is supposedly has some sort of like dragon repelling thing. You don't know what it is, and you've always kind of assumed it's been a bit of a legend that they've got like a dragon repelling tower, because that doesn't even really make sense. But sure enough, there is a fairly large tower here built in Roxas.
All right, and it's meant to repel dragons. Okay, that's interesting.
I mean,
Does it just look like a tower? Does it just look like a normal tower?
Yeah, it's like a giant stone tower. I don't think there's any windows on it anywhere, but yeah.
Okay, so I need to try to work out what the best way of going about this is. I kind of need some records of them, like maybe they like built it in the mines, like maybe if somebody's got a record of all of the additions to the mines over the centuries, like maybe there'll be a record of when the Akubans came and did their own work with a private set of contractors or something like that. So, what's the best way to go about that? Like, is there a mining district or something like that, you know? Like a head office for the mining guild or something?
There are... each mine is run by its own, like, company might be the best way to do it. Explain it. It's like each physical mine has its own operation with its own leadership and everything. But there's it's a free town. It's run by a council. It has a mayor. It's under no jurisdiction of any kingdom or government other than their own.
Okay. All right. So maybe I'll try and speak to the council. Okay. I have important matters that concern the entirety of the continent. So, how's the best way to go about this?
Yes. How does the traveling wizard introduce himself to a bunch of dwarves?
Oh God. Yeah. Let's think. Oh, I've got a great in. What was his name? The name of the count from the place by Shirebrook. The guy who was in charge of Shirebrook. Not Valmont, but the guy in charge of, it was like Rock.
Oh, the guy from Newfort, the dwarven guy in charge of Newfort.
Rockhide or something like that.
Ooh, good question.
Ironhide? That sounds right.
Ironhide, that sounds right. Someone in chat say that? No?
Roderick Ironhide, got it.
There we go.
It's on the wiki. Okay, so Ironhide did tell me to destroy the Shadow Dragon. So maybe I'll use that as an in. Okay, so I will go to the where the council hold court or something like that. Does that happen?
You find the town hall.
Town hall.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will go and wait in line in the town hall to speak to someone.
Yeah, sure enough, council is in session today, and there's not much of a line. There's just one other person in front. It's a young human boy who is saying to the council, speaking in Eridonian, which is the dominant language here. He's got his cracking voice going on. He's like, my lords, I'm so sorry. Last night I was a little drunk and I broke one of the magic lanterns on the edge of the ravine. And he hangs his head in shame. And one of the dwarves gets up and goes, laddie, what the fuck are you doing breaking the lanterns? Those keep people from falling to their deaths. Do you want your little sister falling off the cliff because she can't see where it's clearly marked? Do you want us to have to put up a rail? You know, the Gnomish lawyers have been saying we need to put a railing along the cliff for 100 years now. And they're fucking crazy. You can't have a railing. It ruins the beauty of it. The majesty of it. Life ought to be dangerous, but not so dangerous we all die. But if you keep destroying the fucking lanterns, we're gonna have to put up a bloody railing, and it's gonna be the end of the world as we know it. We can't have railings. We're not a bunch of pansy-assed human bitches around here. Sorry, no offense to either of you in line.
Not taken. If
Look,
the guy
kid.
ever... Okay, sorry, go on.
Look, kid. We gotta find a wizard now. One that can create a magic lantern. And do you know of any wizards in town? No. There's no bloody wizards in town that can cast magic lanterns.
Well, actually, I am a wizard. I can't cast magic lantern, though.
You're a wizard.
I am, sir.
Well, why didn't you say so? Step on up, wizard. Can you make a magic lantern for us?
If the guy turns to look at me, I just go... shake my head at him.
Well, you're not a very good wizard then, are you?
No, sorry, I was shaking my head at this fool.
Oh.
Magic lantern, one that glows eternally of a certain colour? Yes, I can do that.
Oh.
If you provide the lantern, I can do the magic.
Well, perfect then. Kid, it's your lucky day. You're gonna go with this wizard, and you're gonna do everything he says until he is satisfied with your work, and we've got our magic lantern back. And then when you're done, you're gonna come and apologize to us once more, and then you're good. And the kid nods and takes a few steps back. And then the dwarf looks at you and goes, all right, buddy. Welcome to our town, magic wizard man. What can I do for you?
Thank you, Lord Dwarf. Well, aside from helping you with your lantern problem, I am here on a great quest given to me by a noble and mighty dwarf. Goes by the name, or went by the name, Count Roderick Ironhide in Newfort.
Oh, the Ironhides. What do you mean went?
Unfortunately, the whole city was destroyed by the demon invasion.
Fucking hell. We had heard there were demons in Eridon, and we hadn't heard from many of our people there, but we started getting word from the northern dwarves and the far eastern dwarves, and we figured eventually Ironhide would get around to getting in touch with us again, but...
It's a sad state of affairs. It's horrible there. But before he died, a few weeks before it all happened, I was investigating the events leading up to it, and Count Roderick, he asked me to look into what was going on, and specifically around rumors of a shadowy dragon living within the mountains around Shirebrook. And I'm sure it doesn't mean anything in his life now, but if he's watching us, I mean to complete this quest for him. And I've been on a long and perilous journey, my dwarven friends. And the next stage brings me here, in front of you, and I have a favor to ask of you. Perhaps I can help Jimmy here with his lantern, and then I can come back, and maybe then we can speak. In private.
In private?
Well, it's quiet here today, but these are grave matters, and I would speak to the whole council. Perhaps in a more official setting, if possible.
The dwarf looks at the others. Do you speak Dwarven?
No.
Alright, he looks to the others and prattles on in Dwarven. They argue back and forth, and eventually the guy turns back to you and goes, Alright, council's closed. Everyone get the fuck out. We gotta talk to the wizard. You guards, come a little closer. We don't know this guy.
Oh, we're doing this now. Okay, great.
Yeah. They kick everyone out immediately, and the armed guards and like dwarven plate mail with axes in their hands come to like stand on either side of you.
Nasty. Okay. Jimmy's left, has he? I say, Jimmy, I'll meet you outside.
Alright.
Alright. It's funny, is he a human, Jimmy? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a human,
funny.
Jimmy.
He's a human, but he sounds like a dwarf. It's funny.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so I'm led to believe that the thing that opened the pathway to allow the demons to enter Arcadia was an ancient and evil, shadowy dragon living within the mountains near Shirebrook, and I seek a way to banish it back to its plane. Now, I won't bore you with all of the details, but have you heard of a wizard, an Akuban wizard, lived 700 years ago, went by the name of Falstaff?
No.
Well, he's a big deal over there, but he had a staff of magical light. It's something that my research tells me, if I could get a hold of it, I could use to banish the dragon, or at least stun it for long enough to attempt to banish it personally. Now, you might be sitting here saying, what does this have to do with me? I'm a proud dwarf. I don't concern myself with the messing around of humans. And you're right, and you've got no reason to help me on my own word, but think, this is something that Ironhide wanted. One of the greatest dwarfs to ever live. This is something that meant a lot to him, and I promised him that I'd see to this, so that's why I hope you can help me. But anyway, I've searched the records in Akuban, and this Falstaff was buried in secret somewhere near Roxas. And 700 years ago, a team of dwarves from Eridon came here under a private Akuban contract, and I think constructed a tomb with him, for him, somewhere around here. And I was hoping that, noble council, you maybe help me to locate it.
Well, 700 years is a long time, son. They consider. And then one of the dwarves perks up and says in Eridonian as well, I think I remember. There was a group of dwarves that come through this town a few generations back. Northern dwarves. Far northern dwarves, right? Didn't they come through here and...
They were from Calderon.
Yeah, everyone's kind of like, oh, there is some story about... Yeah, they came through this point, but they didn't stick around, laddie. They,
Oh, okay.
No. A group of dwarves came through here long time ago. The only reason we remember them all is because they went into the mountains, yeah. They went into the Draken Range, and then they were gone. And then they came on back. I don't know, maybe 6 months later? A year later, something like that. Disappeared into the mountains, came back later, Vanished again. Never seen from or heard from again.
Is there a path into the mountains? From Roxas? They must have brought a lot of equipment with them. They couldn't have been scaling the mountains. They must have had a way in. They brought all their equipment here. That's the records that I saw. Picks, stone.
Let's see. Well, our mines don't go into the mountains. Mountains is where you get into all sorts of trouble, and all the good stuff is already in the hills anyway. It's like the gods blessed us with easily accessible resources. So why you'd want to go into the fucking mountains, I can't figure for the life of me. They must have wanted something in there. Now...
Maybe they buried him in there, safe from grave robbers.
Maybe.
Maybe they went in there and they dug out an underground crypt beneath the stone.
It's possible. Hold on. Hold your horses there. Now, while no one's alive to remember it all, we have some fantastic historical records. Being a free city, history is written by the victors here.
Yes.
There are no victors. The histories are accurate. The journals are kept. Let's dig around. Let's dig around. Wizard, what'd you say your name was, feller?
Malachi.
Malachi, and you know Count Ironhide yourself, did you?
I knew him personally, yes.
There's some nodding, an appreciation that you're trying to keep an oath even after the person you made it to is dead.
Yeah.
And they say, look, when you finish this lantern project is when, around then, we'll have dug up whatever we need to dig up. So,
Fantastic.
You fix the lanterns, we'll get you what you need, or at least what we can get you.
I should go to shake his hand. Thank you, Lord Dwarf. Thank you, Council. I shall speak to you shortly.
They all shake your hands in turn, jabbering at you in Dwarven, a few in Eridonian, and the council dismisses for the day. They're done with business.
All right, I walk out to find Jimmy, and I go, ugh, ugh. All right, Jimmy, let's.
I'm sorry for breaking the lanterns.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. We'll make some more ones. It's easy.
All right.
Come with me. Do you know where they keep the lanterns themselves?
No.
The spare ones, no?
No, I think we have to make one or buy one.
Buy one, yeah, okay. Well, we'll go to the market, shall we, Jimmy? Lead the way.
Jimmy leads you to the marketplace, and you can dig around, and you find something that's akin to a paper lantern. It's not very nice. It's more of it's supposed to be like a lampshade that you put over a torch or something, just so it's to diffuse it, so it's not so bright.
Yeah.
And that will function if you want.
Okay. Yeah, and then I'll attach something to it that I can cast continual light on, like in the center of it.
Perfect. Yeah.
They're not meant to fly, right? They're not meant to fly. This isn't like a separate spell, magic lantern.
There is a unique magic lantern spell.
Okay. Well,
you are going to end up creating a different sort of magic lantern.
That's fine. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this isn't the same little Jimmy, is it? I look at him. Jimmy?
Yeah. What's up?
We never met before, have we?
No.
Okay. Common name, I guess.
Oh, okay.
All right. How many did you break?
One. It was a red lantern. Oh no! Wizard, come back!
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, Jimmy, do you know what? You seem like a nice guy. We'll make two. You broke one, we'll make two. That seems fair.
Thank you, Mr. Wizard.
Yes. Well, what color was the one you broke?
Red.
Okay. I can make red light with continual light, can't I?
No, but you could get a red lantern.
Ah, yes, a red lantern. So we'll get a red lantern, and then I'll let Jimmy pick the color for the second one.
Sure, he gets a red lantern and a blue lantern.
Okay, Jimmy, I want you to take these home and look after them, and meet me at my inn in the morning, and we'll do the magic then.
Okay. Perfect.
All right.
You meet up with Jimmy the next day.
Yeah, and I just cast two. Is it second level or third level? Continual light.
Second level.
Second, right. Yeah, so I cast two continual light spells.
You find yourself at the Griffin's Rest, an inn here in town.
Great. The Griffin's Rest. Comfortable. Run by dwarves, is it?
This one's run by humans, actually.
Ah, a good, fine choice. Yeah, I'm keeping up my best pro-dwarf pretensions while I'm in here, but once the day ends and the door is closed, I have to have a very long shower to wash off the shame.
All right.
Okay.
Morning
Well, we'll continue to
comes.
light these lanterns. I give them to Jimmy and I say, here, the deed is done. The
So
magic
you-
is cast.
You've created continual light stones, yeah?
Well, maybe not stone, like maybe it's like a pin or something that's in the center of the lantern. Not too
Okay.
heavy, because I don't want it to totally weigh down the lantern. But if it's like a pebble, yeah.
Yeah, so like a pebble, and how are you going to suspend it in the middle of the lantern?
Yeah, I mean, that is an issue, but I assume that there's some sort of framework to the lantern itself. Mm-hmm. That if I construct a piece of string in the right shape, it can
Yeah.
probably hold the stone in the center.
Perfect. You get a stone, like, 8 pieces of string coming off as guy wires that hold it in
Yeah.
place in the middle. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Lantern
Easy.
done.
Great. So Jimmy and I will go back to the council, the town hall. Mm-hmm. And I'll go through the door, and is there a queue?
No. You get there in the morning. Jimmy tells you, the council meets every few days or whatever, and you guys can find a time to arrive, and there's not much going on. It's a pretty peaceful, chill city. There's not a lot of issues, so you guys arrive. You're the first ones there. The
Okay.
council's all set up, and the lead guy's like, all right, lad, you got us our lanterns.
Yes. Did you
Beautiful.
find anything out?
We got a little bit of information. We dug through some records here. Found that sure enough, a group of dwarves came on through from, what the fuck was that town called? Calderam or something like that? A Proud Pick clan or some bullshit?
That's right.
Right. Pickmore. Pickmore is the clan name.
That's it.
Now, most of these records are fucking useless.
Yes.
Worthless pieces of shit. It don't say nothing about where they went, only that they came, they bought a crap ton of supplies, and put them in a magic hole. You know, they just spread a piece of black fabric on the ground, and it made a hole in the ground, and they tossed a bunch of it in and folded it up and walked away, saying something about that was their half of their payment for something that they were doing, real secretive about it, but you know, even secretive dwarves like to talk.
Yes.
And magic bags, magic holes in the ground to transport things. I don't know if you know anything about mining, son, but that is a dwarf stream. You could load it up with iron ore, and you wouldn't have to push carts back and forth. You could put everything in there, and you could carry it around. You wouldn't need to work with animals anymore. Fucking donkeys. You know what a pain in the ass a donkey is to move around? Stubborn sons of bitches, worse than dwarves. So,
I can
magic
imagine.
portable hole is like,
Dream
mind
come
the.
true.
I was gonna say a dwarf's wet dream, but yeah, it's fucking brilliant. So, they got a couple of these magic portable holes as payment for some such shit, put all their supplies in it, and fucked off. When they came back smelling of salt. Lots and lots of salt, coating all their shit. Now, the only source of salt anywhere near here is on the other side of the mountains, Crusty Lake.
Ah, okay. So maybe somewhere near the lake.
Aye. It must have gone through the mountains somehow, found some sort of pass through the mountains, and made it to the lake.
This is extremely helpful, my friend.
Aye. Now, I don't know if you know about anything on the other side of the mountains there, but that lake, it's how do you say, the end for all the rivers around there, and the rivers only flow when the snows melt. You know,
Yeah.
at least on that side. On our side, the rivers flow all year round, but they swell as the snow melts. So the lake fills up in the spring and slowly dries over the rest of the year. It never really empties, but it's a briny little bitch. So if they must have been like edge of the lake, maybe even in the lake. And if they were covered in salt, Must have been right there. And the other thing is, fucking lake's filled with salt water. You can't drink that shit. The only source of fresh water is when the rivers flow in the springtime. So they had to have been there somewhere in the spring, otherwise no water.
They didn't buy any water here before they left.
I mean, maybe. The records aren't that detailed.
Well, you said they were gone for 6 months or a year. They would have had to have had a source of water.
Well, I mean, that was 700 years ago. Maybe we're misremembering. They were gone for a while, went into the mountains, came back later. Maybe the rivers flow 6 months in the year. I ain't ever been to the other side of the mountains. In fact, no living man has ever been to the other side of the mountains. It's an inhospitable wasteland of hell. Fucking
Really?
dirt dragons live in the grounds over there. The barren wasteland, burning sun, no plant life to be found anywhere. Just inhospitable hellhole. If you it's so bad. It's such a bad place, we call it Fresno. It's a dwarven term for a hellhole.
I like it. So you were saying that you think that they must have been there in the winter then? Because the
winter,
rivers...
spring, something like that, yeah.
So maybe not buried at the bottom of the lake then. Like maybe if they'd gone in the summer, they could have buried him at the bottom of the lake. But if they were there during the winter...
Buried him in the lake when the water recedes. Oh, that's a clever place. You can only get to it a little bit of the year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very clever.
Well, unless you're someone like me, in which case I might be able to get there whenever I want.
Right.
Listen, my friends, you've been more than helpful. If there's... I only cast a very simple spell for these lanterns. If there's anything else I can do for you... I'm sure Ironhide would have wanted me to offer a hand of friendship.
You know... Do you know Dave? The Enchanter.
Sorry, my internet cut out a sec there. Yeah, I heard Enchanter, but nothing else.
Do you know Dave, the Enchanter?
Dave, the Enchanter. Let me just think for a second. No, I know a John the Enchanter. And a Simon the Enchanter. But no Dave, no.
He built the tower here a couple of generations back. Might be dead. Yeah, human. Yeah, sorry, probably dead by now.
The anti-dragon tower.
Yeah, do you know how it works?
I have no idea. I've never heard of anything like it in my life. I could try and investigate if you'd like.
I mean, if you learn something, you learn something. If not, not. But we here been wondering if the tower actually does anything. It's been here for fucking centuries, and yet no, dragons don't come here. Wyvern leaves us alone. Dragon leaves us alone. We wonder, is the tower doing something? Or has Dave just built something here and told us it keeps dragons at bay when they already stay away, and he's just having a good chuckle at us from after the other side, you know?
He might be, yes.
Can you talk to the dead?
Like that.
Could you ask Dave if it's actually working?
Not right now. Do you know what? I could do that for you, yes. It might take me some time. I need to consult with a friend. But I will let you know. What is your name, dwarf? I'll be able to send you a message in your mind.
My name is Peter. Peter the dwarf.
Peter, the Lord Chancellor of Roxas?
Just Peter. We ain't have no nobles here. We're trying out this wacky idea. It's called... Well, we don't have a name for it, but we have no nobility. You know, we squash the upper class, and it's just middle class, lower class, and slaves. It's much better.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. No fucking nobles.
Alright, so I'll ask my friend to speak with Dave, the dead enchanter, and I'll have an answer for you. I'll send you a message in your head one of these days.
Don't like wizards messing with my brain. Can you just send a piece of paper?
Sure, I'll send a message instead. A note.
Good. It was a pleasure getting to know you, Mr. Malachi.
You too.
Good job with the lantern. It looks a little funny, but I think it'll work.
Perfect. Nah, it's been a pleasure. I shake his hand once more and I say, I'll be setting off in the morning. It's been good to meet you. And I leave.
All right.
All right, so I think the next day, they might have had a path through the mountains, but it should be a pretty easy fly for us.
Yeah, for you, it's just a simple matter of flying over the mountains.
Yeah. So, I think if I follow the Fairnock River into the hills, and then fly once I get to the base of the mountains, I should be able to get to the lake in one casting.
Mm-hmm.
More or less. So, I think I'll do that. I've put my spells in the chat. That's what I go. Well, actually, no, I'll change ESP out for. 10 level is like a really shit level for spells. It's weird. Like, there's good like situational stuff in there, but there's no like apart from like mirror image. There's no. Yeah, this is a spell that I want to have every day.
Second level is an interesting level. Yeah, I totally hear you.
And Invis. I mean, Invis and Mirror Image are both great. Locate objects, maybe. That could be good. I could locate like a dwarven axe or something like that. Maybe one's been left behind. I like that idea. So we'll change ESP for locate objects. I'll just fix it because it's annoying me. But yeah. Alright. So maybe I'll run into trouble along the Fairnock River. I'm not sure. But I walk along the Fairnock River to get to the base.
Walk along the river to the edge of the mountains. Alright. Up on this. All right. Fairnock River, taking it up and along. Let's roll for random encounters.
Yep.
Yes, you will encounter something here. What are we coming across? Let me take a look at my encounter table for this area. Geography. Akuban. Okay. Fantastic. All right, so you are coming along the river here, and I need you to make me a perception check opposed by these other folks. Ooh, they roll shit.
Come on. Nice.
Oh, you roll beautifully. So as you're walking along the river, you come around a bend, and you can see up ahead there is a group of bugbears that are crouched near the water, near the river's edge, sipping from it.
On my side of the river?
Yeah, your side of the river. It looks to be 6 bugbears.
Wow. Bugbears. How big are bugbears?
6.5 feet, 7 feet tall.
They are quite meaty then.
Yeah.
Alright, so far enough away, I'm going to cast Mirror Image.
Okay.
And then I'll fireball them. We'll just fireball some bugbears, get some XP in there. So, it's a 9d6, right?
Yeah.
22 damage, that's less than the magic missiles.
That's pretty shit, man.
Yeah, shit, they might survive. Fuck.
Oh, yeah, they're... Did I say 6 bugbears? I think that said 6.
Yep, you said 6.
All right, let me start rolling their HP. They need...
They should get a disadvantage on their save because they didn't see it coming.
Sure. I can do some math. 16. So let's see which ones. 12. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So 5 will die if they fail their saves. 1 will pass.
Great.
And we're gonna go saving throw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. They all fail their saves because they don't see it coming. And they get blown to smithereens, except for one bugbear who's lying flat on his back, staring at the sky, and like slowly starts to get to his feet as we roll initiative for the first round of combat.
Okay.
The bugbear
right.
goes last. He rolled a 10. He's going at 13.
All right, I delay my action. I get an 11, so I want to see what he does.
The bugbear like gets up to his feet, looks around, sees you down the river, like 5 of you or whatever, standing about.
I give him a
like,
wave.
He's sort of singed, all his companions are dead, and the bugbear like scrambles away and runs up the river, slowly, like hobbling his way up the river, freaked and panicked.
Just as he gets to the end of magic missile range, I sheer magic missile him.
Alright, he had like 4 HP left. He cannot survive a magic missile, but roll it anyway, see if you can do better damage than a fireball.
Yeah. 19, no.
Oh, he's
Almost
just
done.
ripped apart by magic missiles.
Okay, I carry on to the base of the river.
Alright, cool. You continue. The river begins to fracture into like different streams and nooks and brooks and stuff, and you know, eventually it splits apart into its components, and you'll have to find a way to get over the mountains.
Yeah, that's fine. As soon as I'm by the river, polymorph self, and I'll fly over. I'm looking for the Crusty Lake.
Okay. How far did we say you could go in a casting?
40 miles.
40 miles in a casting? Cool.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little less because you got to get up and over the mountains, which will take some time. So we'll give you maybe like 25 miles. You can get just over the mountain range and into the knuckles on the other side. This is hot, arid, dry climate. There's no signs of life here. There's not even dirt. It's just dust and like sand. Excuse me, everywhere. The ground has a reddish hue to it all. It's cracked. Big canyons through these hills kind of range all over the place. Ancient rivers that are long stopped flowing or were ripped apart by the gods 1,500 years ago and just left here. Winds blow against you. It's hot. Yeah, it's dry. Your lips are cracking and chapping.
Yeah, I haven't got enough water for this, really. I've only got probably my standard day's water.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, maybe I'll have to fly back. Okay, I try and make my way to the lake. I will cast invisibility and go on foot.
All right. You will go on foot from the knuckles.
It's 20
to the
miles.
Crusty Lake. It's going to take you a couple days to get there on foot.
This is less than ideal, actually. I should have had 2 polymorph spells. I didn't expect it to, get me take so long to get over the mountains. I think I'm going to start looking for a safe place. It might actually be safer to stay in the mountains, like maybe there's a cave or something like that.
Well, the canyons here are plenty safe. They have very high walls, and there's nothing living here, right? Like, the elements are going to be the danger. You have the impression that there's no natural creatures or monstrous creatures here. Unless it's, like, truly magical, like, something that doesn't need water to survive.
Right, okay. So I'm probably... I'm going to just wait out the night then. It'll be uncomfortable, but I've got a day's worth of water and food, so...
Yeah. You can rest the night somewhere in a canyon, get some sleep. The winds pick up all night long and sort of howl and, whip around in the area. But you can get good enough sleep that you can memorize spells, I think.
Yeah, but I'm worried about water now, so... I try and ration my water, so I could probably go an extra day, right?
It's hot. You've got 1 day of water for a hot climate, Yeah. It's dry. You sweat quickly and easily.
I need to find a better way of getting water then. I almost need to come back with Van Helsing. He can create water.
Oh, that's perfect. That's what you really need.
Yeah, that is what I really need. Just seeing if there's anything else I can do to get water. Could I locate object water? Try and find it under the ground and dig it up like Bear Grylls does? He obviously doesn't use locate object, but he looks for other things to find where there might be water under the sand, and then digs the sand away and it pulls up and he uses it to drink.
Well, Malachi's not Bear Grylls.
No, but I have locate object, so locate object water.
Water's not really an object, really.
Not really.
Yeah.
If I've got another 100 GP gem, I could do a Learman's Hidden Lodge, and that comes with refreshments. So that could get me a night here.
Yeah, that'll give you a night, but the refreshments will vanish when the hut does.
Yeah. It would get me another night, though. It would give me a day to go to the lake and look, and then I could stay there and then do a double polymorph the next day to get home. Or to get back to Roxas.
It's already the morning, right? So you've already slept through the night.
Yeah, slept through this night. I could learn Learman's Hidden Lodge today.
Mm-hmm.
And I could get to the lake, set up the lodge, get the water. Yeah, do you know what I mean? How long does it last? It lasts 13 hours, so I'd be able to cast it, 5 hours before bedtime. So if I could ration my water a little bit from yesterday, survive today a bit thirsty, cast it 5 hours before bedtime, get some food and drink, sleep it through, and then leave after that.
Mm-hmm.
Hope I don't run into anything. So I will do that then. So today, I change my spells up. I'm going to change out... I don't want to get rid of Stone Skin. You said that there's no monsters here, right?
That's your impression.
No, I'll just have one polymorph for today. So I keep my spells the same.
All right, you keep your spells the same.
Changing Cloud Kill for Learman's Hidden Lodge.
Okay, and where do you go? What do you do?
I'm going to the lake.
All right, you're going to make your way to the lake. I'm going to need you to make me a perception check, because you are sort of lost in these tall, nasty canyons.
Can I follow the rivers, though?
The rivers are all dry right now. They're non-flowing, and the canyons are hard to tell which is regular river and what is non. Yeah, but a perception check is fine.
Yeah, okay.
That's why we call for it. It's to make sure you can find the right direction. So you made it. We said like 25 miles or something. So you're somewhere over here, maybe over here-ish, and you need to go 16, 17 miles to the lake. You're traveling at movement rate 12, which is 24 miles on flat terrain.
No. I'll polymorph down to here.
Oh, okay, you're going to fly?
Yeah, I'm going to fly. So I should still have an hour and a half left. A bit more.
Never mind. Then you don't even need that perception check. You can fly yourself to the lake, no problem.
Okay. Yeah. So I've still got time left on the polymorph.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the lake is not dried up, or is it dried up?
The lake has receded a little bit, but it's still mostly full. Like, it's gone down maybe 20 feet, so the water's edge just comes back 40 or 50 feet from the high water mark. It's actually not that... There's not a lot of extra ground that's uncovered by it.
So I'm going to go seagull form and fly around. I want to check the edges of the lake that would be hidden by the water in the winter.
Okay.
Looking for secret entrances. Failing that, I'll turn into a tuna or something and fucking swim around the lake and look for it.
Okay. So you land near the lake somewhere and fly about looking for an entrance. Why don't you give me a perception check? And are you searching... Are you just going back and forth on this side, or are you going all the way around the lake? It just changes the amount of time that you need to cover the area, right? Because going around the lake is about 20 miles, where just doing the one side is only 5 miles.
Yeah, but it's not like I'm having to travel the whole length of the lake, I'm just sort of flying around and looking.
That's true.
But I think wisely start on this side of the lake, though. That's where I spend most of my attention, but I don't see anything.
Yeah, with the 23, you find nothing. You scour the edges of the lake in bird form, looking for an entrance, but it is not apparent. Although if dwarves are building a secret,
It's not going to be easily found, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually, before I go totally fish crazy, I will land back on the shore, pull out my gem of seeing, turn into an imp, and then scan this close line of the edge here with the gem of seeing to see if I can see anything obvious.
Always forget that you have this gem of seeing.
Stole it from the crypts of Shirebrook.
What a useful little item. I can find its entry here. A, B, C, D, E. Nope. 4 eyes. Gem of seeing. Ooh. Got some big thunder outside.
Was that you or me? You.
I had thunder, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Did you hear it in the mic?
I did. Yeah.
Oh my. When gazed through, the Gem of Seeing enables the user to detect all hidden, illusory, invisible, astral, ethereal, or out-of-phase things within viewing range. Peering through the crystal is time-consuming and tedious. The viewing range of the gem is 300 feet for a cursory scan if only large, obvious objects are being sought. 100 feet if small things are to be seen. It requires 1 round to scan a 200 square foot area in a cursory manner. 2 rounds to view a 100 foot area in the careful way. Okay. So it'll be like, do you only have 1 polymorph spell?
Yeah, but I can try again in the morning if I'm going to run out of time. I've still got about 2 hours left though. Or no, maybe an hour after I've scanned the coast as the bird.
After scan. Yeah, and every minute you can scan a 200 square foot area, which is like a 40 by 50 area. Yeah. So not a huge patch. You'll probably need another day here to scan everything, unless you have like unless you have a very specific plan of where you want to start looking. You know, maybe you'll get it right away. But to scan the entire edge is going to take many hours.
Yeah, well, I've got a detect magic alert, so that could provide quicker answers. So I'll try that as well, detect magic and scan the edge of the lake and see if anything, because if it's magical, it should be pretty obvious. Be able to see it.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing that they probably thought of that. Plus it's dwarf, so it's probably not magical.
Right. Detect magic is 2 rounds per level, and in each round you can scan a path 10 feet wide, 60 feet long. So.
Oh, right. So that's just
18 rounds.
Is that how it works though? Like, because I appreciate that you look in a 60 foot by 10 foot wide, like, vision. But if you turn your head, if it's like an obvious thing that you're looking for, I feel like you can do more than just look straight forward for a minute.
You can do a 60-degree arc per round because it requires a certain amount of concentration.
Okay, so 60-degree arc.
Yeah, 10 feet wide, 60 feet long, but really like a 60-foot arc, or a 60-degree 60-foot arc. That's still only going to be 1,080 feet, so like a fifth of a mile. So you only need like 5 castings to cover a mile, and this is...
No, that's per round though, so it's 10 rounds.
No, that is
you mean
60 feet times 18 rounds is 1,080 feet. So you can
hang on. Sorry, I think we're getting our wires crossed here, right? Because 10 feet wide and 60 foot long.
Per minute.
That's nothing to do with an arc. If you can scan a 60-degree arc per round, then that's definitely more than 10 feet.
It's 60 feet, right? Because like I guess maybe if you're looking at the lake from right here, and you look from side to side, you can get like 60 feet that way, 60 feet that way. So maybe the distance is, what's some basic trig? What's a triangle with 2 legs of 60 feet? What's the, I don't know. The legs are
square root
equal.
Is 720.
No, because you're not looking at the right side of that angle. You're looking at a 60-degree arc, right? But that makes it an equilateral triangle, right? 60, 60, 60 is 180. So you're actually only getting a 60-foot passage in any given section that you can scan per round.
Okay.
So it's going to take 5 castings to do a mile.
All right, so I'll stick with the Gem of Seeing, and I scan the first third of it then.
Yeah.
And then I go to sleep in the... Wait, can I get a third, or... Because I kind of need to get back tomorrow. Well... Am I going to start dying of thirst if I go a day without water? Probably.
If you have like a full-fledged day with no water, we're going to start getting into some serious problems. Did you not get a hut today?
Yeah, I've got the hut today, so I'll be able to drink today. But then if I use both of my polymorph spells scanning the lake, then I won't be able to get back.
We'll make con checks, and eventually you'll die of dehydration.
Well, if I am dying, I can always cast the hut again, I suppose.
Couldn't you stay out here indefinitely if you just hut every night?
It's 100 gold pieces a night, though.
Ooh,
so
pricey.
I've got 3 pals left, so...
Okay. So So you can see 300 feet in a 200 square foot area. So you could do like 300 feet long, half a foot wide, or you could do like, we got to figure out what. So we're getting into some very nitty gritty, like how much area can you scan and how much time. And
oh wait, I can just teleport out of here. Sorry, so I can spend the whole tomorrow working.
Okay.
And I'll just leave. Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. So I'm gonna make some doodles here on the map.
Okay.
I'm gonna draw like a line where the high water mark is, and then we're gonna draw a line where the water is right now, right?
Yeah.
So something like this, and this distance between the two is about 40 feet.
Okay. Yes. And its length is. Let's do it.
It's the length of the whole lake, right? So.
Should we work in meters?
The spells are in feet, so we should work in feet.
Okay. So. What's 40 feet times 4 miles?
What do you mean by times 4 miles?
4
miles
four
divided
miles
by 40
long
feet?
and 40 feet high.
Mm-hmm. Are you looking for the volume of that area? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
The area of it, yeah. Because if I can do, you said it was like 300 by 40.
Yeah, so that is 211,000 feet, and you can do 200 feet per viewing. So that comes to 1,506 viewings, and if each viewing takes a minute, then that is going to be 17.6 hours of viewing to get this side of the river or of the lake, and that's only if you're looking at the area below the high water mark and above the low water mark. If you wanted to catch anything else on either side, we would do a little bit more. So maybe double that time, and you can get 20 feet below and 20 feet above, just in case.
It's not ideal, this, Neal.
That's 35 hours, and if you can do 12 hours a day, that's going to be 3 days to search this side of the lake, which seems reasonable for a wizard to cover the area.
Can I check it with the gem without being an imp above the water looking at it? Like, can I go to the edge and...
Yeah, you can just walk as a person, totally.
Okay, so I don't need the polymorph. So I can do 12 hours a day then.
Yeah.
Let me just check if Hidden Lodge doesn't come with refreshments. It doesn't, does it? I should have just come with more water, but... it's third level, right? Tiny hut, that's what I mean, sorry. Protection against the elements. Nah, it doesn't say anything about sustenance. I wonder is there any animals that can drink salt water that I could polymorph into to drink?
Fish?
Fish drink salt water? I guess they do. I'll try that. Yeah, I try when I'm polymorphed one time, going into the water as a fish, drinking some of the water, coming back out, turning to a person, and seeing if my thirst is quenched.
Okay. Can...
Drink salt water. Let's see.
Okay, I'm trying to look at, see what sort of fish can survive in a salty lake. I'm basing things off of the Great Salt Lake in Utah. It does have a few fish, but not very many because the salinity is so damn high.
Oh, this is like saltier than the sea?
Yeah, this is a very salty lake.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. High level of methyl mercury. For comparison, fish considered because brine shrimp are the first harvested. So you can get some brine shrimp in here. And there are some fish, yeah. So you can turn into a fish that
Does it work to quench my thirst though when I turn back to human form?
Yeah. I think a fish cruising around in the lake can drink from it and quench their thirst. That seems fine.
All right, so I think if I've got 2 polymorph spells a day, I can use 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening to top up on drinking, and I should be all right.
Yeah.
This does mean not having stone skin.
Yeah. And you're still going to have to do your hut at night in order to keep yourself going.
I can do tiny huts, though I don't have to do hidden lodge. If it's just the elements that I need protecting from them, tiny hut works, yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, so I can spend a few days here then. Let me just write this new spell list, just to make sure it all works. So I'm going to need tiny hut instead of suggestion.
So these are the mathematical measurements that you're doing when you first arrive at this lake, and you're looking and trying to figure out how long it'll take you, and you do some back of the hand calculations, sort out that it'll take you
a few days.
3 days to search this 80-foot path all along the edge of the lake.
And I've got teleport learned in case I need to get the fuck out. All right, there's the spells.
Perfect.
Okay, and I spend the 3 days then.
All right. What side do you want to start from?
I start this side. The side. Oh,
but give me like a specific
right?
point. Yeah, give me like a point from which you start, and then we'll.
Okay, so looking at the actual map, I will draw the. I'll start like this bit.
Which side did you want to start from? The top or the bottom?
The top.
Okay. It will take you 3 days to sort this out then.
Yeah.
At the end of the 3rd day, you're getting right to where this river down here would meet the Crusty Lake, and just on the north side of this river, your gem reveals to you a secret passageway underneath what appears to be a false hill. There's kind of like this mound right where the river kind of meets the lake, and now that it's been pointed out to you, it seems a little awkward. There's not a lot of other mounds in this area, and your gem shows you that there's something under there. And as you walk up to this mound and use the gem to look through it, sure enough, there's a pile of dirt, and behind the dirt are a pair of stone doors surrounding a stone tomb. And you can't see through it, but there's like a stone structure that dirt has been piled on to make it just look like one of these hills here.
Okay. I can't contain my curiosity, so I cast invisibility and detect magic. Mm-hmm. And check the door for magic.
It's buried underneath a hill of dirt. You'll have to excavate it to even get to the doors.
Okay, it's going to take some time.
Mm-hmm.
Like more than I could do in an hour or two.
Oh yeah, I mean you'd need a shovel first off, which you don't have, and then you'd need to dig this out, and it's going to be, maybe 30 or no, it's going to be 10 by 10 by 10. It's going to be 1,000 divided by 2. It's going to be like 500 cubic feet.
A job for 2 men? Oh wait, well, maybe I could polymorph into something bigger.
For a few people to dig for a while.
What animal can move a lot of dirt? I feel like some sort of bulldozer animal.
Such a thing does not exist.
I guess not.
Maybe an Umber Hulk, but that's too magical to polymorph into.
Yeah. No, you can polymorph into Pegasus, so it would work. I think it's too big, though. I think it's too big.
Oh, yeah.
But like a gust of wind or something like that might reveal this.
What you need is the dig spell. There's a spell specifically for this.
I remember JP casting that in original roleplay. Do you remember that? When there was like a whole army and he was trying to dig out the ground from under them. Yeah. That was pretty funny. Oh, I know what the best answer is here, though. Is to raise some skeletons and have them do it.
Where are you going to get the skeletons?
Yeah, that is a problem, isn't it? Those bugbears, damn it. There's no monsters here. There'll be no bodies, so that's no good.
Well, maybe it's time you go get Van Helsing and come back here with him before you unveil, dig out the tomb, leave to get him, and reveal its location to whoever else would be coming.
I agree. So I will take note of this place, and it's going to be dangerous teleporting here.
Yeah.
Because if you roll low, right, you'll just be dead.
Yeah. That's only a 1% chance, though, of killing you in Van Helsing.
That's pretty nice. More than I'm comfortable with. Let me think. Is there somewhere that I could teleport to that would be better? Not really. Right. I think it's all right. We'll just do the same thing we did. We'll do Pegasus over here. Okay, so I'll just teleport to Roxas. So we'll just teleport back to the mansion.
Back in Drekis?
Yeah.
All right. You teleport.
Oh shit.
You are high. Fucking high as a halfling, man.
I think I just end up on the roof. Or maybe the room's just fallen off that I just fall to 10 foot.
This is your house, right? Oh,
yeah,
wait, no, that's still on target. 100 is low. Oh, wow, that's right next to me. 1 to 2 is high, 100 is low. So you got just barely in there.
Great. All right, so we'll pick up Sean for the next time and hopefully convince him to come and dungeon delve with me.
Yeah, now, that said, it's been many months since we've played with Van Helsing. He might need a few solo sessions to catch up to you. I don't really know what's going to happen there. So we're going to try and sort out all of this complicated stuff on the side, and we'll come back to you with some more hardcore heroes, probably in July, because we're going to try and do some hobo next week. And I'll need some,
next week? Cool.
I don't know if it is. We need to work it out with Ryan. He's been busy. I think right now he's at like a graduation party or something like that. So we'll be in touch with Ryan. We'll try and sort out these schedules. Expect a hobo somewhere this month, and then maybe some hardcore heroes in July. And hopefully, if all goes well, come August or late July, we can come back to the Crusty Lake and sort out Falstaff and the Staff of Light.
Yeah, I just want to point out that Neck is saying, now I know where it is, I'm going after the staff. You can't let him bet a game like that, Neal. Someone needs to stop Necker and his reign of terror. Okay.
All right. Someone stop NECA and his reign of terror.
All right.
All right, everybody. This has been Hardcore Heroes. I hope you all enjoyed it. I will try and get this VOD and the other VOD up on Twitch today, but you know how it goes. Up on YouTube today. But you know how it goes. I'm really bad at VOD cutting. I hate it.
It's a tough time.
Yeah. Nick, do you have anything to say before we bounce for the day?
Glad to be here. No, that's all I need to say. Nice to see everyone.
All right.
Hope you had fun.
If you guys want to check out any of these other crossovers that we're dealing with, Akuban Knights is all mixed up in what Malachi's been talking about. Akuban Knights is the story of the Harazim family, which is the family that Falstaff, the Sorcerer of Light, created, and was the family that was ruling Akuba up until the king died. And the PCs in that are the king's children. So they're off in Akuba and in Drekis and doing all sorts of shenanigans and fun stuff. So you can check out Akuban Knights if you're interested in more related material. And
I've made a Reddit thread.
Perfect.
And yeah, that's it.
All right.
Boudoir Harazim. Check him out on Akuban Knights.
It's not actually his name, but it's close enough. And
Every NPC in the world thinks that he's useless and incompetent, but I'm sure he's hilarious.
He's actually super useful. All right. We'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody.
See you later.